You know, I won't count on this game being a huge success. I hope it's a success. I hope it's a success enough that the team feels that they were rewarded for all their hard work and being willing to work at a startup that actually is a true startup. Will there be expansion packs? I'm calling them extenders for now, only because I'm not trying to necessarily coin a new phrase. That's actually what we'd be more focused on than expansion. Expansion has a connotation of doing a lot of new areas, whereas I'd be more interested, especially in the short term, of extending what's already there in terms of the systems. Friendly fire. I think you are trying to avoid power leveling, but will you ever consider speeding up the first few hours for new players after release? We'll consider it before release. We'll consider it after release. We'll consider doing whatever we need to make this the right game. Chips, 1978. Does Mark get paid for enduring our questions? Actually, Mark doesn't get paid right now at all. As part of our Kickstarter, I promised you guys I wouldn't be taking a salary from the donations. And it doesn't mean just the Kickstarter, also the PayPal donations. And I'm not taking a salary, I'm not taking a drawer. I have no right to do so. Legally, of course, I can, but I'm asking you guys to help back this game. I'm putting my own money into the game. Sitting here and drawing a big salary or drawing a salary would just feel wrong to me. And so, no, I'm not getting paid for answering questions. Tamanis, it will almost seem weird to me knowing who plays on the server again. There you go. And that's something as I've commented on other presentations that I pay a lot of attention to what goes on in forums, various forums. I talk to people as myself, and I watch what other people say. So I agree with you. And this is no offense to Matt or anyone else who is trying to do a mega server concept. It's just not what we want here. Macbeth, will BSC Days become an annual event? Oh man, I hope not. A week of this, even every year, would be a lot of work. And it's work that we did this time, not to raise additional money, but grateful as always. But because we've been promising you guys, both on the forums and in updates, that we would release a lot more information. Once we get past all this, and once we really move even further forward with development, you guys are going to be a lot closer to the process than even you are now. And that, I think, should make you quite happy. It's when can we see in game any of these BSC ideas? Hopefully sooner than later. Oakblade, will there be a limited number of stabilizers? Actually unknown as of now, as you can imagine. Um, Waffle, how are we doing in regards to other Kickstarters in terms of money? I think we're doing great. I mean, we asked for two, and we're now over 2.7. Star Citizen is an outlier, just like WoW was an outlier. They did much better than any of the competition. Does it bother me at all? No. Would it have been nice to raise a little more? We have raised a little more than we asked for, so I am not the least bit upset. So, besides, then one of the nice things about not going through the roof money wise is that there isn't the pressure to keep coming up with crazier or more challenging or more interesting, stretch goals. I've been doing this for a while, so it wouldn't be really hard for me if I wanted to either get on the hype train or figure out other things to sell to our players to raise more money. we want to make this game, and we want to make this game on budget. We want to make it, on time. It won't handcuff us, so that we would be afraid to say no. Going to have some downtime or be late, but it's not. My focus is not trying to see how much money we can get in here. What my focus is simply to make a great game. Funny, same thing I said to EA. My focus was to, not grow the studio, but rather to try to make a great game. Tricanu, wow, really. Thank you very much. Very nice thing to say. Okay, a question about the different zones in the world. How different will they be? We do want them to be quite different, with different climates and different terrain. And Andrew started working on that a while back and has lots of ideas how to not only procedurally generate terrain, but how to do it a bit on the fly. Sacrex. Drown or swim when a boat blows up after a fluke storm hits it. Can I swim from island to island? No. Figure on drowning. Will I get time to play my creation, after launch? I hope so. Didn't have as much time, nor the nor the connection to play Dark Age after release, but I think this time it will be different. Okay, here's a great question. It hasn't been asked from before. Young Sherlock Holmes, 25. Do you think players who enjoy playing a more supportive RPR role would take a hit in terms of their skills not leveling? No, that's, again, part of the reason for this system. That the supportive players, the healers, the guys who are doing things that may not be as simple for other games, including ours, to figure out what the reward should be. This system will absolutely help them. Thorvalda, thank you very much. Okay, so just got a message that it's time for me to wrap this up. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to listen, for your great comments, for a lot of your great questions. Again, my apologies for having to cut off comments very quickly. I really hate doing that, but I needed you folks really to focus on everything that was going to be in the presentation, because it is just so important. And judging by what I hope you guys heard that I said, it isn't going to be a problem. Servers shut down, not going to be an issue. And even if it is, like I said, even though I don't think it will be, we're going to take our European players and other folks into account. And that's all there is to it. I promised you all that from the beginning, and I have no intention of breaking that promise. I make very few promises, as you folks know, who've listened to me for years, if not decades. And when I make them, I stick with them. So, as always, thank you very much. I will see you later today for the wrap-up of the BSC. I'll see you inside the forums. I'll see you inside the game. Again, thanks. Talk to you soon.